Coming up next on the Jeff Crilley Show, she wanted to be a chef, but then her career took a right turn and she found the recipe for success in another industry. I'll tell you her story next.
Many are predicting that the worst is yet to come, which is unfortunate, said one person here. Until now, they've enjoyed the reputation of being the nation's icebox.
Watched a burglar in his home this morning by webcam.
As a journalist of over 25 years, stories are what make my world turn.
Reporting live from the Dallas newsroom tonight, Jeff Crilley, Fox 4 News.
But in 2008, I took the jump from my familiar life and started a PR firm from my home.
We're talking about anyone with a camcorder like the one I'm using becomes a television network.
We started slowly growing the company, and we now have over 100 clients, and we've branched into the world of live digital broadcasting. I now own 8 different TV studios and have a huge team, and the stories that I now get to share are sometimes the most important of my life. Life has a funny way of coming around full circle. This is the Jeff Crilley Show.
Well, you never know how you're going to end up in life. Sometimes you're heading down one road, but God has another path for you. Brandy Garza knows something about that. She's with COR Bookkeeping and Consulting. And Brandy, thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So you were in the culinary path for a while.
I was. I thought I wanted to be a chef. I thought I wanted to be a pastry chef and make desserts and like beautiful, beautiful desserts for people. And I went down that road and ended up in upper management, and then that's where I started to get curious about numbers and how do numbers actually flow through a business, and took a class in accounting and fell in love.
Wow.
I was like, why haven't I been doing this all along?
But Brandy, there's such a difference between like the skill set that it takes to be a great chef and bookkeeping. It's a completely different discipline.
It is. I am thankful for the journey that I've been on, because it's really the beginnings of my journey taught me how to relate to people, which I think is important when it comes to accounting and bookkeeping and tax, and getting people to really open up those very personal things in their life to someone. Knowing how to communicate and talk is something that I learned working through the restaurant world. So.
And I can attest, I've known Brandy for now half an hour, and she's just delightful. Her eyes spark, and she's got a great smile. She's a great people person, so you'll like her. Let's tell everybody more about your bookkeeping services. What kind of services do you offer?
So COR Bookkeeping and Consulting is kind of breaking the mold of what people expect from an accounting firm. We really provide that day-to-day support, the up-to-date financials, the current cash flow status, helping owners see where their businesses are, at any given moment, not just once a year. So we handle, we do as much bookkeeping as they would like, but we also offer administrative support. So anything from helping them come up with a process to get their phones answered, to managing their schedules, shopping for insurance, all those things that tie up owners' times. We help them with all of that.
That's wonderful, and I don't know that a lot of bookkeepers do that. I mean, you take a real interest, so you can see the cash flow, and you'll get on the phone with them and say, hey, Houston, we have a problem.
Absolutely. Well, and I think that's where what COR does is very different from other firms. We take the bookkeeping role and we actually translate it from what a customer really needs in their business to an outsourced service where they don't have to pay that full-time person. They're only using the hours that they need for the support that they need, and that's it. There's nobody waiting to answer the phone or anything like that. Like that's all been eliminated, and their processes are much more efficient.
I love that. And you have offices here in Dallas-Fort Worth and in Austin.
Yes.
So
yes.
Now, do you float back and forth between the two cities?
I do. I split my time, a week there, a week here. I can't wait for that bullet train to open, so that way I can get here a lot faster. But for now, it's split my time.
Well, I was on her social media, and we found this amazing testimonial. Let's go ahead and roll that now.
Asked us questions that other bookkeepers had never asked us, and they gave us solutions to some problems we didn't even know we had. The stress level that has gone down tremendously in our household, and it's made it much nicer. She puts out fires before I even know there's fires sometimes.
Well, we have to talk about the pandemic because so many businesses had to shift. And I imagine that you were a partner in their success during a very trying time for a lot of people.
It really was. It was very scary for a lot of people. I think something that a lot of folks that are not in the SMB community don't realize is that folks that do have their own businesses, that's everything. That's everything they have. All their money is in it. All their resources are in it. and they're pushing for a dream. And when COVID struck and the wheels of economy stopped for everybody, it was a very scary time. So a lot of it was not just supporting the clients through, financial services and helping them apply for loans and things like that, but, being there for them on the people side, offering them encouragement, ensuring them that things were going to be okay, and then working very hard on the back end, myself and my team, to make sure that those things happened. So it was a big time, but it really brought us together. It really bonded me with a lot of the clients who I think will be together forever.
And I love that. I think in some ways you almost become a therapist, don't you?
A little bit, a little bit sometimes. But it's what I love is when you can squash those fears for people and they get back to just being them and doing their life and going back to doing what they love, their level of happiness goes through the roof. Their stress levels go down in their home, and they're actually able to enjoy time with their family and enjoy the fruits of their labor.
Yes,
So.
I love it that you're not 100% behind the computer. You're out there pressing the flesh and meeting people. We've got some pictures of you out and about. What are some of the things that we're looking at here?
So this is the Small Business Expo trade show that we did here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. That was a fantastic show. We met so many new people and got to really solidify our presence within the small to mid-sized business community in Dallas. So that was great.
Tell me the types of industries that you like to work with.
So we can service any industry. However, we specialize in construction and manufacturing. I find that's where the skill sets of myself and my team really shine and can help people push their businesses to the next level.
And what's your outlook for 2022? I mean, are you off to a fast start?
It's definitely been busy.
That's awesome.
Which is a good thing, but I think people, the word is getting out about the complete outsourced solution for a small to mid-sized business. That word is getting out there, and it's again really redefining what people come to expect from their bookkeeping and accounting firms. And
sure,
once people come to us and see what we do, it's hard for them to leave because they may not get that at another firm.
Sure.
So it's definitely been good, and I think it's going to be our best year yet.
That's wonderful. Well, if you're running a mom and pop business and you're doing your own bookkeeping, you can make a series of errors that could be fatal, right? I'm sure that sometimes you're coming into clients and you're like, you should have seen me 3 years ago.
Yes,
So,
that sometimes is the case, but I've always found that they're very gracious and ready to get things straightened out and get them moving forward on the right path so they can reach their goals and achieve their dreams. So.
How do people know when they need somebody like you?
When you have your own business and you start to dislike your business because you're so buried in paperwork, that's when it's time to call someone for help. That passion and love for what you do is what will make you successful. That's what's made my company successful, is I love what I do. I love to service the small to mid-sized business community. And it's the same for, any other business owner. As long as they are sticking to what they love and not getting drowned in paperwork and things that they don't necessarily care for, they'll be successful.
Absolutely. Brandy Garza, COR Bookkeeping and Consulting. We're going to end with her website, which is mycorebookkeeping.com. You've been an amazing guest. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you, Jeff.
You bet. And that's it for now. We'll see you next time.